All right, guys, jumping into another video. This is I actually don't know what year. 1987 Kawasaki 650. It was a buddy of mine's. He no longer lives in New York. He moved down to Florida. So he told me that he needed to get it out of storage and pretty much get it gone. I got it with basically as you see it, just a bucket of parts. So I'm gonna put it back together, get it running, and get it sold. But I've never worked on a 650. I've been very spoiled and got thrown right into Superjets and SXR 800. So figured I would record this and do a little video on me putting it together. It's a little hooked up machine actually. It's got an aftermarket carb. It's got a West Coast exhaust on it. Has a brand new intake grate in here too. I think it's a West Coast. No, PJS scoop grate. And then possibly a West Coast ride plate. Yeah. So it's got some nice parts on it. It'll be a fun ski for somebody when they're getting into the sport. So I'm gonna yank the motor, clean up the engine bay, because as you know, I hate working with crap everywhere. So I'm gonna pull this out. Motor did have compression to my knowledge. I'm gonna double check that on the bench. E-box is ripped apart in there, so I gotta put all that back together and make sure everything looks nice. So just gonna do it the right way, and then hopefully put a wheel to this thing and make it look pretty again. The paint actually looks really good on it. It's just dirty. There's really not any fade marks in it. Some here and there, but those should come out. I do have a brand new HydroTurf kit, but I'm also gonna give the pads to whoever buys this ski in case, I don't know, maybe one day they want to put it back to normal or original. They're pretty good. Really no dry rot on these things, so it'd be a shame to see them throw away, but who knows. Oh, there's actually 2 sets. So yeah, we're gonna get into it and yank this motor. All right, guys, as you can tell, just finished washing the inside of this thing. Motor's pulled, of course, but yeah, it was pretty nasty. Just sprayed some bleach and Simple Green and made it look presentable. Not trying to do anything crazy. Not trying to get any of the stains out of the walls or paint this engine bay. Just again, making it look somewhat nice. To my knowledge, that is a stock water box up there. Like I said, I don't know much about 650s. Looks normal to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe this motor down, rip the carb off, clean the carb, and then jump it on the ground and make sure it turns over again. It's been a couple months since I last worked on this thing, so just to double check nothing happened. But yeah, that's the update so far. Hopefully we'll get this thing running today. No promises. Well, I was just about to start taking apart the e-box and clean it by hand, and I just had a package come in. I ordered an ultrasonic cleaner, so yeah, it's massive, but I bought it intent so I could split cases and put full cases in there. So I'm gonna open this up, set it up, and I'm probably gonna drop these in there and do a test run with it, see how they work. So I'll be back when that's set up. Well, cleaning the carb, took everything apart, so looks pretty good on the inside. Clean the exterior too to make it look nicer, but inside of the carb is pretty mint. It looks like someone used a fresh rebuild kit before I got it, because normally these are all dry and this is actually really nice. What did it have? This is what someone wrote on it prior, so I'm going off of that. I read them too and they matched up, but it's got a 2.3 needle and seat, 120 pilot, 137.5 main. God only knows if that's what's correct for this. I don't know if this is an aftermarket carb. I know Mikuni's made a red carb, I believe, or it could have been Kian. This could just be spray paint on here and I'm making it all up too. But I don't have a 44 stock carb to look compared to this. So as of right now, I'm thinking it's aftermarket, but again, don't hold me to that. Someone could have just spray painted it. So, but this is gonna go back together. I did open up this, get this set up. It's at 62 Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. It's not running right now. I did throw a Bendix in there to see what happens. But yeah, it's not running because it's ear piercing. I'll click it on for a split second. Yeah. So I don't want you guys listening to that. It's horrible. Other than that, hopefully it works. So, but yeah, we're gonna get back to building this, or rebuilding, or cleaning the carb, geez. And then motor's cleaned, put back in. So once I get the carb put back on, I want to finish putting this shit show of the e-box back together. I took it all apart because I just don't trust someone else's work. Gotta look at all the wiring connectors. They look all OEM. So, all that back up, make it look pretty. And then put the e-box back on the wall. All the gas lines are still good, believe it or not. They're not hard as a rock. I blew them out. What else? Oh yeah, and then I'm just gonna mount the pipe on. Like I said, oh my god. After that, it should be ready to run. I'm not gonna start it because it is like 20 degrees out today. But tomorrow I'll probably buff it, make it look nice, and maybe this weekend I'll fire it. I don't know. It really depends on the weather. I'm not going outside if it's cold. I have the garden hose literally in here, and that's how I was washing the inside of this thing and using that bucket head shop vac to clean it. So yeah, that's it for now. Still got these two in the garage too. All right, motor's back in. Got a temporary hookup on a battery. E-box is back in. All put back together, nicey nice. And then got some spark. I'm gonna grab a compression tester and do those real quick too. Compression test on the front cylinder. Beautiful. Compression test on the rear cylinder. Even better. Just figured I'd do a quick update. It's the next day. Hitting it with a quick cut. You probably can't tell, but this side is like halfway done. I did up to like right there, but again, you can't tell because it's not that big of a difference. But on this side, you can tell I didn't do any of the red. But on the white, if it'll show on camera, oh it will, you'll see the distinct color difference from buffing it. So again, just a quick cut, nothing crazy, just to bring it back to life. So that's that. I'm gonna get back at it. I gotta tape off the whole other side, and tape off the chin pad and everything else. So I just figured I'd do this really quick because I'm tired of bending over into the engine bay. But gonna hit this really quick and make it shine. Again, just want to do a quick before and after. So I polished the whole side except the hood. All this black isn't dirt. It's actually this foam falling apart, which sucks. But so yeah, this is what I wanted to show. These scratches were all along the other side. If you look, the other side's beautiful. Feeling it with your nail, they're actually not like in the paint, even though it looks like it. So I'm actually gonna be able to get all those out, and I'll show you the after once I'm done. All right, back on the 650. Again, no idea where I am in the timeline, but working on the tray. Just riveted all these back in. Again, I had 2 pairs, took the cleanest set, put them on this ski. Had to take that off. Took the primer off because that's not going back on there. It's all destroyed. So I didn't have another primer, so I just put an ODI bar end on there to cap it off, make it look nice. But anyways, these are all on, riveted. I did have to find some of these in my stash of goodies. I found only a couple of these lids, so I just threw them on what I had. But this is just temporarily laying in there. It's all cleaned. And I'm going to wipe this down with acetone and get this glued on really quick. And after that, I guess I'll be putting the bond rail on and going from there. All right, 650 is officially done. This video was kind of jumping all around, so to speak. I was really just trying to like rush through this. Not rush through, but just get it done. But I did eventually cut the whole ski. I stopped showing you this side, so I figured I would get back to it and show you that ski's all done. I do have to clean this bond rail, but you really can't tell too big of a difference. But ski's beautiful. You can see the reflection back in the paint again. There's really not much wrong with this ski. There's like a scratch there, scratch up front, nothing on the red. The only other thing is a slight crack right there. Everything else is beautiful on this ski. Tray is done. The HydroTurf, the plastic's back on. Like I said, West Coast ride plate, PGS intake grate. Ski does run. I'm not gonna start it in my garage, but I will post a clip at the end of this video. A 20-second clip of it actually running in the driveway. Again, it's middle of January, so it's freezing here. That's why most of this stuff has been kind of rushed in my garage. Like I said, washing it was a pain in the garage, all that fun stuff. But engine bay is put back together. Carb is cleaned and on there. Pipe is on. E-box is back on the firewall. Like I said, the motor had 150 compression on both sides, showed in the video. But she's finished. She's done. So it is going up for sale. I do not plan on keeping this. I'm just trying to help a buddy out and get it put back together and get it sold. So that's it for this video. Like I said, I'll post a little clip at the end of it and show it actually running. So follow for more. These should have been done well before this, but I'm waiting on the exhaust pipe, the head pipe for that boat to come back. Once the head pipe comes back, I'll get back into that video too. But again, this boat's done, and see you in the next one.